Tieflings are hot.
Yeah.
Tieflings are hot.
Demon Squad, right? That's what it is, Joseph? That's what tieflings are, demons?
They are half demons or devils. I don't quite remember.
We have that. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to an... I don't know why you're gonna laugh. An artist coffee break. And with me, I have an amazing artist, as you know.
Where?
She's been in...
Oh.
She's been in...
That was funny.
You let your husband on one video, and now he thinks he can be in every single one.
Mine is also off screen. They're there.
Wait, are we allowed to talk?
No, you're not. No.
You can say hi.
I wish I was in the backyard so I could just be in the background.
Oh,
Just
no.
standing right there. With me, I have another amazing artist. You know them in the newest ElisaLee mysteries as Ash, the hybrid fish cat breed individual. Werewolf, sorry. Wolf. Overhees! Yay!
Hey, peeps!
You want clap for them.
There's so much clapping.
Right. If you haven't been on this section of this channel, I just talk to amazing artists, get to know them. You guys get to know them, give them a little following and whatnot, and just dive into the world of Overhees. So start off, it is a coffee break segment. What is your number one favorite coffee you will get at any cafe or tea? If you prefer tea, I'm not a hater.
Fair.
For the people who were saying, why don't you ask tea a lot? I don't drink a lot of tea. Sorry. So what is your favorite?
Okay, if they have it, it's Vietnamese coffee.
Yeah. See?
Vietnamese coffee.
Vietnamese coffee is number one, guys. If you haven't tried it, drink it. If you have a sensitivity to caffeine, don't drink it.
Don't.
Is there a favorite place you like to get it from, like a cafe or something like that?
Usually if they sell pho, if they sell banh mi, I know it's gonna slap.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good.
When they actually bring the mechanic of how they do it in front of you, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
You gotta get it from there. You got to. Knowing Overhees, and if you've seen the mystery, and if you've seen her YouTube channel, which she has one, so go give it a following or subscribe. Apologies.
Mayhaps.
We know Overhees as a horror fan, and what we want to know, what's your favorite horror movie of all time? And will you suggest?
Oh fuck! Well, wait, can I cuss here? Yeah, okay,
it's
cool.
been 30 seconds.
First fuck of the night. Wow. Man, okay, I just want to point out, we went on a walk before this, and I asked Elisa to tell me what the questions were. This was not so this is a hard question. I'm gonna go with my default because I always like to watch. It's like a comfort horror movie. I'm gonna say The Fog by John Carpenter. It's just such a good, good vibes. Like, it's a seaside town. There's a lot of strong female characters. Go give it a watch. It's really good. A lot of flannels.
It was, back in that time, everyone was wearing flannels.
It's
everyone. It is hot. It's attractive look, and it can go with any types for fall, winter, whatever.
Men, women, non-binary.
My puppy.
But yeah. Flannel's so good.
All types. So, you know what? I get it. What about your favorite horror video game? Like, what's your favorite of all time? Or at least, like, one you can keep going back to play, or one you only played once because it was so good you don't want to do it again.
Ooh. I don't think I've actually thought about this question. Actually, because I talk more about movies and, like, even horror anime and stuff, but like horror video games. I will hark back to 2 different horror video games that, like, really got me into, like, the horror video game scene, because I feel like they were the boom. It was when Slenderman, the 8 pages came out.
Yes.
Those playthroughs were wild.
They were so fun.
Dude, you could replay that game right now, and it would still make you scream, because, like, the vibes of it, the pacing of it, the sound, the audio of it, it's still so good. It holds up, I want to say.
It's really good. Yeah, I think so. I feel like the original like OG game.
Yes.
Because there were so many adaptations of it
Yeah.
afterwards, and I felt like it just didn't hit right. There was one of like the origin story where you went into their like Slender's house. I really don't know whose home it is, but you went to this mansion and he was like following you slowly, bits by bits. But you would just like find more lore and find more like info and get more scares. And there was like a little girl also chasing you, and it was fun. But that was the only other adaptation I saw that was like good.
That
and
you
then
fucked with,
yeah, other than that, I was like, don't like it.
But the other one was definitely Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Again, like I'm using the ones that like definitely got me into like horror gaming, because prior to those I was like, well, gaming's kind of like not my thing. But when I discovered that like there were horror video games, I was like, well, fuck. Yeah. I guess I could try watching.
This is great.
Yeah, this immediately peak.
That was it. And right on that. This is what I came for. Yeah. When the whole thing about like let's plays, it started with Amnesia and Slenderman, where people started going on YouTube and doing let's plays, and you just watch people do it because either one, you were too anxious to play it, or you couldn't afford to play it, and that's okay, because I couldn't afford to play it. That's why I watched it.
Yeah.
And it was a great way when YouTube was doing its darn best. And it was great. And now it's too chaotic. And now we're here being chaotic.
On YouTube, by the way.
Yeah.
No diss on Mr. YouTube here.
So since we're here to talk to you about more of your artist style, before I get into the details of your art style, I want to know what, as Obihi's, drawn you to being an artist. Hun.
This is what I've been told. The moment I picked up a pencil, I just scribbled a lot. I just drew. And that's kind of what, like, I've just always drawn. So it was just kind of very innate and natural in that degree. I did have like hopes of being other things growing up. I think there was like a span where I was like, I want to be an anthropologist and look for dinosaur bones.
Yep, me too.
I want to be a race car driver because I like driving really fast in cars.
That scared me.
And what was the other one? I feel like there was another one that I was like, oh, that's cool. And like very typical like child wanting an adventurous life thing. And then I remember playing I was playing like dolls with a friend that came over that liked dolls. I didn't particularly like dolls, but I was like, oh, I guess we're playing dolls now.
Yeah.
But I was telling them how to place the dolls so that it looked like a proper wedding scene, because she wanted to do a wedding scene. Right. And I was like, well, that's not where the audience sits when they are watching the bride and groom walk down the aisle. This is how you sit them. And I remember her very snarkily saying, it's like, okay, Miss Director. And I was like, Director? And it hadn't occurred to me that like movies were a thing that were made by humans. I just thought they were things that mom and dad just put on the VCR or whatever.
Found it somewhere.
Right, like it was just there. And then it like hit me like, what's a director? And I kind of started thinking, oh shit, yeah, directing sounds fun, but like not the directing, because I never cared to be like the main name on productions. I just was like, I like drawing, I like reading, so like I could like make stuff.
Yeah,
I could go into animation. So that's where that idea kind of started coming from, because I drew, I liked reading, and I clearly had a knack for telling people how to stage things. So I was like, okay. So
you like being bossy?
No. Jesus. I just think that we all know what things are supposed to look like, and well, there's a way that things should look.
Yeah,
for a scene to look good.
Yeah,
it's that.
Yeah, it's fine.
But no, I prefer usually to have a director above me to tell me like, not like that, and me go, got it.
Got it.
What
out of being an artist, you dabbled in multiple mediums.
Try.
What is the one that you lean towards, like your comfort zone?
Oh shit. It depends on in the multiple seasons of my life. No. I think I started with pencil. I think we all started with pencil, and then
back in our day, we did pencil and pen.
We didn't draw on digital mediums.
It wasn't always digital.
What are iPads?
3D.
What? No. No. I started with paper and pencil, but I wanted color. Like pretty early on, I was like, fuck the structural thing or anatomy. I learned color before I learned a lot of other things because I've always been very fascinated with bright colors, neons, pastels, all of that.
And you're really good at the neon colors, I feel like. I love your color palette. Whenever time you post anything, I'm like, you always get the colors on point. And I think a lot of people in your comments on your YouTube and Instagram would always be about your color choices and how you're just so good.
You read the comments.
I do, because I want to make sure no one's being mean.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I think it's because I have this weird thing where like from a really young age I would listen to music and I would be like, that song sounds blue, that song sounds red or scarlet, and then I started learning a larger lexicon of different names for different colors, and I'd be like, that sounds like a vermilion mixed with like scarlet and an orchid, like and I would like start describing songs in like these colors. So I just, from the pencil, I went straight into acrylic painting, because I had a really good art teacher that, great program, Miss Calera, in Helix, shout out to her if that's your teacher and you're in La Mesa and you got a good teacher. I'm sorry. Like, Miss Calera, that's a good fucking professor. Like, shit. She was really great. She taught me, she like focused a lot on like, complementary, triad, color schemes, all of these things. And then after that, like, she clearly wanted me to try out a lot of other things, so she let me try out Prismacolors, she let me try out tempera, she let me try out a lot of things. And then in college, the Copic boom happened, right?
That's true.
So I
that's true.
I spent so much fucking money on Copic.
But it was so nice.
It was so nice.
The blending was beautiful. It was so good.
It was great, and I loved it, but it was so expensive. And as you know, being an artist hardly pays.
No.
So I still have all of my Copics from back in college.
Good, yes.
And a lot of them haven't run out because I bought so many, so now they're just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
But
mine
then
just started to run out.
After that, I went into watercolor, and I liked being able to use watercolor to reinforce the pigments in the Copics, because let's say I do like, I think you've noticed, I do like usually skin with the Copics because it lays down flat and it's not as patchy, and then I go in with watercolor on top sometimes to like make things stand out brighter. And I was like, well, this is kind of working, but I wanted something even more pigmented, because sometimes the watercolor like has like it has a washed look, and that's fine if I want something more pastel. So then I got into gouache, because I was like, oh man, the pigments of gouache are great, and because they're both water based, you can do a lot of blending and a lot of layering really well, and like they dry really fast, so you can like work with it really fast, because like acrylics also dry kind of fast, but they do take a little bit of time sometimes, and you can't reactivate them like you can with gouache. What you didn't know is that we're trying to sell you on Holbein gouache. No, just kidding. But if you want to sponsor us,
just kidding. Yeah, who wants to sponsor us? Please.
But I think I'm on gouache now, and then obviously I did buy some Prisma colored pencils in between all of that.
I do have a big box of that.
Yes, I have a few some that I haven't even touched, but I use those there. Yes, but I use those for detailing as well. I consider myself like just an overall mixed media artist, so I don't really have a specific one that I lean to. I guess it would be watercolor and Copic markers, just when I want something fast, I guess, and then I'll just line it with some like Stettler colored liners and stuff. But overall, I just have fun with the medium. If I see colors and I go, I want to try that out.
for people who are trying to start by using a I guess more of a paper approach or journaling approach, kind of like how you do it. What is a alternative than Copic, or for outlining with different like gel pens, or other than Prisma? What's an alternative for those who are not there yet? Because you will get there. Before when they can't afford like Copic, because I couldn't afford it for a while either.
Fair.
And so what's another version you would suggest to people who want to try it?
Right now, I think we've all seen in the market the Ohuhu markers blow up. I do think Ohuhus they're still pricey because you have to buy like a 100-pack for like $60 or something like that. It is expensive, but it is a huge pack, and they have a good variety of colors. I feel like if you want to get into the alcohol game and you want something a little more affordable, definitely get Ohuhu markers. Or what I tell people is figure out a color palette that works for you. Yeah. Like, let's say it's Copic or Die Hard, but like find a color palette of like 6 colors that work for you, and then like 2 skin tones, and you will build from there. But you get they're the Copic, I think they're the Chows. They're not the oval shaped ones. They're the regular cylinder shaped ones. They're skinnier. Those tend to be like half the price, and you get a 6 color palette that works for you, and two skin tones, and then a blender. And that should be affordable, and that's just to test out and try it. If you can get that same idea in like Ohuhu, go ahead, but usually they sell you like just the full pack online. But those, I also recommend those. For watercolors, I've seen a lot of people start off with Praying, and it works wonders. It's still a really good brand if you're a starter, but if you do want like more pastel or more vibrant colors that aren't like your more natural normal colors, which that's understandable. I don't think the brand that I use is online, but I've seen a lot of watercolor palettes that are like $20 on Amazon. The ones that I have are Davenport brand, and I have a pastels and a tropicals color set that were $20 each, and I still work with them. They work wonders. The pigments are beautiful. You do not need to go out there and spend hundreds of dollars for the best watercolors if you're just starting out. Trust me, you don't need to. As for liners, I really do recommend, for blacks, I would say, God, what's it called? It's a zebra pen. Babe, what is it? I need you for this one. The black liners. Zebra brush markers. And then obviously the cousin brand or whatever, it's the black Tombos. Those have the same chisel tip. It's a little more flexible, but I definitely do recommend that. And Stettler colored liners are widely available in like Walmart, Target, like a lot of your school supply stores, like not even like art supply stores. So it's very affordable and usually easy to find and get. So those are my big like try to get those in your arsenal and you'll be fine. And obviously like your graphite pencils. But and
I always tell people, because as a person who used to work with the younger folks and everything, it's the medium doesn't make you the artist. You are the artist. So you can literally just have the Crayola crayons, the Crayola colored pencils, and you can make wonders with it. Don't feel defeated when you feel like you need something better. You don't. It is great to experiment. Yes. But it does not mean you're a bad artist because of certain mediums. Just keep practicing.
Another pro tip, that it's something that we used to do in college, some people would have certain brands of art supplies, and other people would have different brands, and we would have like get-togethers and parties and hangouts where like we'd order pizzas, we'd order stuff, and then everyone would bring in their art supplies, and then we'd all kind of test them out, you know, respectfully. Don't use somebody's whole tube of expensive ass watercolors.
Unless you're going to pay them back.
Yeah, like be mindful, obviously, but like test out certain things that you've been curious about. If you know your friend has some and they're willing to like share and test out, like it's a great way to like, you know, join in on your artistic community and help each other out, and you know, you might find something new, and better yet, you might make a new art friend in the process. That's always the greatest part of it. Sharing, caring,
being nice.
Yeah, be nice.
Just be nice. It's free. Oh my gosh,
it's easy.
It's so easy.
It really is.
Now, still a little bit on the art, but also moving into something that you're going to be on soon, or actually is currently on if you are watching this. A new series of the ElisaLee Mysteries has been out.
Woo!
How long? I don't know. Whenever I post this, it's been out for a while. But Obi is in it, of course. And if you're watching this, you're like, that's Ash.
I'm Ash.
Ash. So, as people know, ElisaLee Mysteries combination of just a homebrew set I did of like murder mysteries, a little bit of like influence from D&D, role RPGs, and so forth. Have you, before playing in mine, have you played any tabletop RPGs or D&D and so forth like that?
Yes, I played D&D once before, and I was a druid.
Oh, fun.
Wait, druid? What was it? Barbarian.
Fact checked us.
Wait, no, but what was my species? Tiefling.
Oh, I was a tiefling and the one with Joe.
Tieflings are hot. Yeah, tieflings are hot.
Demon squad, right? That's what it is, Joseph? That's what tieflings are, demons?
They are half demons or devils, I don't quite remember.
We have that.
You watch K-pop Demon Land?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man! Yeah! Good boys are hot! The demon boys are so hot! That's Sasha's voice. Anyway, sorry, back to it. Yes, so you have played it.
Demon boys make us hot.
Sorry. When going into this mystery, what was your expectations of this after listening to the first one, which is the case of missing Mrs. Wolf? If you haven't watched it, that's the first one. And the second one was The Darkness of Ravenford, which was a little bit different than what I normally do. So what was your take on this third one coming in after seeing those two?
Going into this one, because of all of the different stories that I've heard from like the trauma, the fun ones, the horror stories, all of the amalgamations and the synergy that comes with, you know, bringing so many people together and playing, I try to never like have a set idea of how it's gonna play out. I just try to think of my character and how I would want my character to react in any type of environment. Like I view it clearly as a storyteller, so I try to put myself in the mentality of like, okay, if this goes in a horror genre, how would Ash react if Ash was in a horror movie? How would Ash react if they were in a drama? How would Ash react if they were in a comedy or in a romantic comedy per se? That's how I go about it. I don't think, oh, this is how I want the live to play, because I don't know how anybody else is going to react. That's true. I do know how Ash might react. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
They are your character, so. And speaking of Ash, what made you pick Ash as this were animal sea? What was my sea folks?
A merfolk?
Merfolks, yeah. My merfolk. What made you think of that, like combining them and just being the chaotic Ash is?
So, this is such a stupid answer. Because I was like, I could be half mermaid, half werewolf, and I could always smell like a wet dog. That was the full thought process of my creation, and
I'm so glad we can't smell them.
They're laughing too.
I'm just cracking up on the side.
And I kept thinking about like, oh, what's a problem that dogs usually have? It's like dogs get ear infections a lot. So because I'm a merfolk, my character would have, like, I was actually hoping that there would be a part where my character would have to go underwater and I would get I would have to roll for an ear infection. So I was just going off of, oh man, I want to make a character that's like so problematic that it will be a problem. It didn't end up happening. Oh, that's a spoiler. Cut that out.
Some things you planned did happen, and some things didn't plan. That you expected.
Yeah, but that was the thought process of creating Ash, and then
I want to smell like a wet dog.
Yeah, I was like wet dog, ear infections, sharp canine teeth.
Hot.
Hot.
Yes.
And then inevitably, I was like, oh my god, I'm a werewolf and a mermaid. I'm obviously gonna be a furry.
No.
I remember showing this design.
I gotta go. No.
I remember showing these designs to a big Scrunkly, as you guys know him on my channel, and them being like, "That's a furry," and I was like, "Yeah, it's my character." Fuck.
I remember you posted it, and the comments, and I was like, I need to stop. I need to stop. And I knew putting were animals into my world would have people like that, but also, like, it's a fantasy world. You think whatever you want to think. Mine was, this was fun to draw. And her character was fun to draw. So I wasn't upset about it anyway. So
I did have a lot of fun designing that character. Specifically you can decide if you want to keep this in, but I designed a character specifically for Elisa that she'd never have to worry about drawing hands. So I drew really long sleeves on my character where you would never see their hands, specifically so that Elisa would never have to worry about that.
Yeah. Which I thanked so much, because I was like, oh, I don't want to. And when I was drawing Joe's character too, he had sleeves that would cover his hands, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I thought Joe wanted to show like the merfolk hands, and I was like, please don't. I don't want to. I can show that when you see the other characters, what you do in the first few episodes. And I was like, please don't let me draw hands. And then he didn't have to, so it was great. I had 2 characters out of the 5. I didn't have to draw hands, and I don't have to draw feet. Or some, I do, but that's not. Stop, pause. Don't do it. Stop it.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
That. Please stop. This is not the channel.
No.
Okay, so something I want to try new in this season was to do fun facts for the players, so the viewers can connect with the players and get to know the characters, because you guys all worked hard on your back, especially Tony. Tony really went into depth of his character. And so this was a way to also just share fun facts and create more of the world that I started building, and you guys made it amazing with your characters and adding stuff to it. So how was it for you creating these fun facts of Ash?
So these facts usually became illuminated to me throughout the week that I was waiting to play fervently. Usually from arguments or jovial conversations with Big Scrunkly, where I would learn something about myself. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna give an example. I don't think this one popped up, but if it did, here's a freebie. I found out that I really like kiwis throughout the period of us playing. Oh. So I was like, you know what? Ash's favorite fruit is kiwis. And things like that. That's how I came up with facts, just from things happening. Yeah. And I did tell the players during one of the sessions where we were like getting ready to play. It's like, because some of us were having a harder time coming up with facts, and that's natural. Yeah. I just told her, I just say whatever, pertains to my personality usually. Like, so you'll learn a lot about me, honestly, if you listen to most of the facts.
I feel like when you do play D&D or any of those like role-playing games, you always, your character is kind of a replica of yourself with little tweaks you would do, or like, if your character was playing a tiefling, what would you do as a tiefling kind of thing? Because I mean, when Joe was doing his last session with some friends, I was a tiefling that own a cafe because I love coffee. You're here and you don't know that. What? But I love coffee and I own a cafe that kept getting destroyed. Because that's where all the fights kept happening. And so it's always like you put yourself a little bit in each character. And it's always nice to do that because it's just easier to connect yourself with that person. It all sucks when the character does die.
Yeah, that's tragic.
Yeah. As we close the session of an artist coffee break, what is one advice you would love to give to other artists who are probably intimidated, too scared, or just finding a start path to art? I know, heavy questions, guys. Heavy questions.
No, it's an important one, especially right now, because clearly our industry is like in fucking shambles. So a lot of people that were trying to view this as like a future where you were ideally, you know, going to work, enjoying what you do, and ideally, you know, getting paid and paying the bills. Yeah. You start to ask yourself, like, why?
Yep.
And I think that the healthiest way to go about it, and this is something that I have told a few people in my life, it's that if you want to start doing something, start doing it. But, like, you don't have to tell anyone. You can have that be your own little secret for 3, 4, 5 months, years, however long. And when you feel ready, you can share it. Like, and if you never want to share it and it just makes you happy to make it, then that you already achieved the purpose of it. Like, art, I'm a holistic artist, I guess you could call it, but I genuinely do believe that art is out there to make people happy. It's there to make a change. I hate that art has gotten marketed and now it's a huge capitalistic regime where people need to pay money and to be validated and stuff. But I understand bills are a thing, but if you just want to get into art because it makes you happy, go ahead and do it. You don't need to tell anyone. That's the first step. And like we said earlier, don't spend a buttload of money if you're just dabbling in it. Have fun with it. You know, go to a friend's house. Maybe they'll let you borrow some of their art supplies. It's a very understanding and loving community if you do come in and, you know, have fun. That's the most important part. Have fun.
Yeah, if you're not having fun, then why do it?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be forced, like they were mentioning. You don't need to be forcing it. Do it for yourself. If going back from one of my videos a while ago, I made of the update in life where I do a draw feet, like draw something stupid. I mentioned in there that
I saw that video.
Yeah,
it was good.
Thank you. Yeah, it was mentioning that like a while ago, the algorithm when they loved artists, I was doing good. I was doing 1,000K views plus.
It's validating.
Yeah, it's validating. Now, I'm barely getting in the double digits of my art, but you know what? I'm having fun with it. And honestly, I don't care if I don't get a lot of likes or a lot of views anymore. But it's fun making these. It's fun working with OBHs. It's fun doing these mysteries and these campaigns, working with my husband. And it's great. Like, we're working on a new project that's coming out. OBH's going to be in them soon. And if you're not watching ElisaLee Mysteries right now, you should go watch it because this season is butt wild.
It is.
OBCs is amazing. And if you want to know more about them, subscribe to their channel, listen to the mysteries, give them some love. And all their socials will be on the bottom of the description for you guys to go check them out. And hey, they might come back for another interview because I don't really have a limit per person. Except for Joe. Joe only gets one, and that was the first one.
Damn.
And don't worry, Lola will get an interview too. I know, I promised that one day. She will. She's just very shy. But again, thank you for being in this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Go check out their art. It's amazing art.
It's
Please
okay.
check them quiet. Check them out. Or else, just kidding. Or else.
She will find you.
I got ways. Anyway, we'll see you guys in the ElisaLee Mysteries. Bye.
Bye.
Lola.
Oh.
She wants attention.